Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Friday, July 22nd. Wow, the summer's half over. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Hey, by the way, if you'd like to connect with me, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's right, contactlarry.com. Type that in your URL bar, and you can find all my social media connections. You can find my email, and you can even text message me from there. That's contactlarry.com. So if you want to find out more about me or have a question for me, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. Hey, just a reminder, of course, if you're watching online, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that share button. I need some help from you guys. I'm trying to get my viewership up to prove to this station that's been chasing me. They want me to do a show, but they're afraid I don't have enough viewers. So I need you guys to prove to them that you guys are viewers and get me more viewers. So please hit the share button. Please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And of course, you can find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you guys. Hey, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you are watching. A couple of people to say hi to already. We got James, we got Joe, we got Royce, we got Dave, and we got my wife Linda. And today's our anniversary, so everybody say happy anniversary to Linda and Larry. Post that up there on the page. Happy anniversary. All right. Hey, you can comment, of course, live during the show, as I said. And by the way, if you're commenting from a group and not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name will not show up on my dashboard. So please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you. All right, guys, don't forget, I need some help. Hit that share button, hit that share button, hit that share button. Please share the show with all your friends and share it now on Facebook. Just click that button that says share. Tag your friends in your comment when you say hello, and I truly appreciate your help with this. Money Chat Now, of course, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and you can learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. All right, let's talk about what's going to happen today. We're going to be talking about the recap. We're going to be talking about Biden and COVID. We're going to be talking about a border crisis, and I'm going to give a little bit of tribute to a friend. Please stick around for that. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. It looks like it may be a real stock market rally finally. How bizarre is that? The market just keeps going up. It actually is surprising me. However, in the past, I've noticed that just when I get used to it going one direction, it quickly shifts. We'll see what happens. I do have a SPY put expiring next week, and I need the S&P to drop 100 points from here to make some money with it. Let's see what happens. I hope I'm right on that one. Yesterday, the Dow finished up about 162 points. The S&P was up 39, and the Nasdaq was up 161. The earnings for AT&T came in yesterday, and they were a bit weak. You may not remember that AT&T separated its cable business to Time Warner, and so the numbers are kind of confusing. Revenues were from continuing operations for the second quarter totaled $29.6 billion versus the $35.7 billion the year ago quarter, which is down 17%. But it kind of included the separation of the video business, so it's kind of weird. The stock dropped a bit and is now just under 19. To me, I got to tell you right now, AT&T is a great play at this price. The dividend is high, and you could sell covered calls week after week and make a few extra dollars. Snap, of course, was the big disappointment yesterday when they announced their earnings after the bell. I told you this was going to happen. The company missed on revenue, but did not lose as much money as they expected to lose. They did not lose as much money as they expected to lose. I never understand that statement from an earnings report. I don't get it. How long can a company last if they keep losing money? Anyway, Snap dropped 25% after the announcement. If you remember, I predicted it a few days ago that it was going to be ugly, and I predicted the stock to be in the single digits shortly, and here it comes. By the way, Meta also fell 9 points on the news after hours because of Snap. And it's basically, to me, it's to be expected. The investors now feel that Meta earnings will be terrible because of the spend on advertising. With Snap is down, then they feel the overall spend on social media will be down. I kind of agree with it, but not necessarily for the same reason. I think that Meta is alienating their users and their advertisers. Meta has done two very stupid things that I noticed on Facebook. And one of them, honestly, is they have me right now. They have me in like sort of Facebook jail. I'm in Facebook jail. I know I can post, but I'm in Facebook jail. But one of the conditions of my Facebook jail says I can't advertise on their platform for 30 days. That is the most bizarre thing. The other one is I recently clicked, I don't know if this happened to you, but I recently clicked an ad. This happened to me a couple of times now. I recently clicked an ad and I wanted to buy a product from the ad, and instead of being directed to the ad's website, I was directed to a Facebook notice telling me about how Facebook ads are done. Now, basically, this is like, why it's targeting me and how I can adjust my ads and blah, 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 blah. I had to scroll through 3 pages of garbage and answer some questions before they would direct me to the website that had the product on it that I wanted to buy. Is it the dumbest thing you ever heard? I abandoned the process because I just didn't have the patience for it, and I wondered if the advertiser had to pay for my click even though I never got to their site. And they lost money because I couldn't buy it. I didn't even want to buy it. Of course, as I said before, Facebook won't take my money to advertise, right? And I got to agree with Facebook. In fact, I no longer have any interest in advertising with Facebook anymore. That means that next week, when Meta has their earnings report, if Wall Street hasn't really lowered their expectations, Facebook is going to miss, or Meta is going to miss big time. The biggest gainer yesterday was Tesla, after they had a really nice earnings report the day before. The big loser, of course, was Carnival Cruise Lines. Somehow I got stuck in this play since the beginning of the year, and I got to tell you, this is like obsessing me now. But Carnival Cruise Lines dropped when they said that they were going to sell $1 billion of stock to help with the debt load. This diluted the stock by about 10%, and the stock dropped about 11%. I still like the play. I know you think I'm crazy at this point, and frankly, I'm even thinking I'm crazy at this point, but I still like to play for a long-term investment. Buy it, put it in a drawer, and forget about it, and you're going to make a lot of money on this. United Airlines also dropped about 10% when the company lowered their growth expectations. So today's another day. Let's see what the futures look like right now. The Dow is actually up 11 points, the S&P is down 5, and the NASDAQ is also down 34. All right, real quick, a whole bunch of other people saying hello. Let me see if I can catch everybody to say hello. We got Tom and James and Mike and Michael and Deb and Seth. Thanks, Seth. I always appreciate you watching. That's my brother, Seth. Everybody say hello to my brother, Seth. And don't forget to wish Linda and I an anniversary. Today is our anniversary. Let's talk about what's on everybody's mind. My 2 favorite topics, Biden and COVID. It's so exciting. We seriously have a comedic winner today. If you haven't heard the news, the famous bike rider, Joe Biden, has a horrible week of health along with some miracles. First, he claimed that he had cancer, only to be miraculously cured, and then he contracted COVID. The 79-year-old doddering fool, after claiming he had cancer just a few days ago in his speech about climate control, has declared yesterday that he has been tested positive for COVID. The guy is a walking enigma. Not only did he never have cancer, but he was fully vaccinated and double boosted, so how could he possibly have contracted COVID? After all, he's the President of the United States, and last year he spoke clear political science in a very credible CNN town hall meeting last year, right? He spoke about the effectiveness of COVID-19, and I quote him directly, "You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations." So either he's a liar, or he didn't get the vaccines, or millions of conspiracy theories are correct when they say, of course, that this vaccine does nothing to stop COVID. But wait, we learned from the movie Don't Look Up. If you haven't seen it, all you have to do is repeat the mantra given to you by the government and everything looks better. In the movie, if you've seen it, the citizens were told by the politicians, don't look up. And again, if you saw the movie, the politicians were referring to the meteor that was about to destroy the planet Earth. It was clearly visible, but the government told the people to ignore it and to try to say that way it wasn't real. So what's the real mantra today? Hey, here's the mantra. I'm so glad I'm fully vaccinated and double boosted because my symptoms are now mild. Ha! What a crock of Biden poopy pants. Oh, I better tread lightly here or YouTube will obviously shut me down, for speaking the truth. So I can't say what the obvious effect of the stuff in that vial that they inject of you really does. But hey, if the President of the United States is suffering from a mild cold, this stuff has to be good. Here are his symptoms: a dry cough, a runny nose, and fatigue. Do you remember when that was called the common cold? You know, before the common cold was exploited for, the thing that happens the first week of November, and clearly in a fraudulent way due to the thing that in November was enacted by the fraudulent government officials. The thing that is happening in November again as the wave of red overtakes this country. By the way, was that explanation, did that make sense to you? Because I don't want to be thrown off YouTube by saying the things that are obvious and what really happened. Anyway, the president's cold is being treated with Pfizer's Paxlovid, which is an antiviral pill that supposedly reduces the risk of hospitalization for people who get the common cold. Who test positive for COVID. By the way, I checked Pfizer's stock. I expected it to move up. It didn't move at all. I thought maybe this article would make it move it up. But no, it didn't. So the geriatric patient will continue nursing his cold with the help of the best doctors and also Dr. Fauci. Hopefully, for his sake, Jill will keep Dr. Fauci away from him. Of course, there's one more thing I'm afraid of. I'm afraid the Democrats may Clintonize Biden with his diagnosis in order to sacrifice him to get more mail-in voting come November. I mean, come on, if the 79-year-old doddering fool of a president died, that would clearly start the scamdemic all over again. Now, before your mind goes to what I think it is thinking, the most important thing you need to remember that Harris will become president and Pelosi will become vice president. Did you ever watch House of Cards where the Speaker of the House, Frank Underwood, became president of the country without anyone ever voting for him? Well, watch out, folks. The House of Cards real-life drama is happening if this gets serious. We need to make sure that President Dementia Patient stays in office throughout his term. In fact, we need him to run again. Yes, we need him to run again. The election will be like taking candy from a baby if he does. Oh, hey, Biden, when you made the video announcing that you had COVID, why weren't you wearing a mask to the reporters? Oh, I know why, but I can't say it because YouTube will shut me down again. Real quick, before we go to a commercial, if Biden loses his sense of smell, are all the little girls now safer? Let's take a break here. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock option sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM. I want to say hello to a couple of people out there. Pete and Lucas are actually listening on the radio. They listen every day on the radio, and thank you so much for listening. They can't say hi, but I want to say hi to them. Hey, if you're online, though, hit that share button. Help your friends learn about how to make more money and give them a good laugh, right? Hit that like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. And you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them. A couple of people joining us. It looks like we got Lewis and Bill joining us. Thank you so much. All right, real quick, we got the futures up. We got the Dow up 44. We got the S&P down 4. And we got the NASDAQ down 20. We talked about Biden and COVID, my two favorite topics. And if you came in late to that, you got to go back and listen to that. It will certainly make you laugh. Coming up, we have the border crisis, and I'm going to take a minute to have a special tribute to a friend. And of course, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you hit that share button? I need you guys to hit that share button. I need other people to watch this show because we have a radio station who is after us, but they're telling us we don't have enough listeners yet. And they said if we get our listenership up, they may actually just give us some more time. It might be fun. All right, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure and set a preset to this station every day and listen at 7:30. Also, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home and let me know what you think of the show. And once again, before we start the second half, did you guys order my new book, Money Hacks? By the way, you could order it today. You'll have it in 2 days. It's great. There's a lot of people online who have ordered it. They're showing me copies that they ordered it, and they're telling me that they like it, and I'm hoping you like it too. All right, let's get into the second half. Let's talk about the border crisis. Hey, remember the reference a little earlier I made to the movie Don't Look Up, where the government basically said, don't look up at the meteor that's about to crash upon us? Because, well, it isn't real. Well, here we are again as the government is using a spokesperson who is the head of Homeland Security, Alexandro Mayorkas, who is stating that the border is secure. He actually spoke at the Aspen Security Forum and clearly stated that the border is secure. When you watch the statement, so if you ever go back and actually watch this statement, you can clearly see by his facial and body movements that he doesn't even believe what he's saying. It would be funny if it wasn't so serious. So just so you know, there were more than 207,000 migrant encounters in June alone, the fourth month in a row where the number of encounters breached the 200,000 mark. But Mayorkas, speaking out, just kept denying the problem as he dismissed claims about the border not being secure. By the way, a Border Patrol agent stated that Mayorkas is telling bold-faced lies to the American people. They're using issues like poverty, crime, and climate change as reasons for asylum, but those do not meet the legal definition of asylum. Of course they don't. The Border Patrol says that these drug-smuggling criminal asylum claims are absolutely bogus. Well, there you have it. Don't look up. Just don't go to the border and just don't see the truth. Hey, if you don't look at it, it doesn't exist according to these guys. Unreal. All right. I want to take a moment here and I want to get a little bit serious for a minute. I want to talk about something that's kind of weighing on my heart. At Investor Schooling, we have many people who come to us from many walks of life. And it's such a pleasure to meet so many of them and help them change their lives. Sometimes we even meet people who change our lives as well. One of our students, and his first name is Don, was just diagnosed with a rare and very serious cancer. So Don came to us with his wife about 3 years ago, and Don was not a real estate investor or even a stock options trader before he met us. His wonderful and loyal wife, Maria, convinced Don to become a student because she felt Don was very bored and actually possibly depressed after retiring. Don had never bought an investment property or ever used any of the techniques that we teach in Investor Schooling. And within a short time, Don was making money by lending money to other investors. He was making money in the stock market. And at the pinnacle of his success, just about 6 months ago, he bought not one but 2 mobile home parks. His wife, Maria, often said to me how happy Don was now that he was involved with the school and with the many people that he met in the school who had become friends with. This cancer diagnosis became rapidly, and within 2 weeks of what was just a pain, has him in the hospital with a very grim outlook. He is a devout Christian, and he's looking forward to going home. Me as a friend, along with the people whose lives he has touched, are going to miss him greatly. He always had and probably has that big infectious smile even now while he's lying in the hospital bed. He was always cheerful and excited about everything when he came to classes and masterminds. He actually lit up the room. And if you're listening, send your prayers to Don and Maria for all the comfort they need in these times. As for you, Don, I actually hope you get to hear this while you're still visiting this planet. By the way, say hello to Jesus for me when you arrive at your destination. Go on your journey knowing you made a big difference to so many lives. And these people will miss you and always remember you. Before we go to our commercial, let's take a minute to pray in silence for my friend and yours, Donna's family. We love you, buddy.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock option sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And hey, I also want to remind you guys that this show is open to sponsorship. I've sold hundreds of books to people who listen and watch the show every day, and we have raving fans. And if you'd like to advertise your product in the show, please reach out to me and let me know. And you can reach out to me or just about anything if you want to and discuss anything that's to do with finances or sponsorship or anything. You can just go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And by the way, we also have the interviews from Interview Tuesday on a website called Money Chat Now. So if you want to go to moneychatnow.com, you can find those interviews. And you can also find Money Chat Now breakout stories on Spotify. Just search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse. And please subscribe to the Spotify channel as well. Thank you so much. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the fact that the Dow right now is up 46. The S&P is down 3, almost 4. And the NASDAQ is down 18. We talked about Biden and COVID, two of my favorite subjects. And we talked about the border crisis. And I also made a tribute to my friend Don, who we're all going to miss very much. And hopefully we'll have a chance to say goodbye. All right, coming up, of course, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button yet? Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know that it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. Have them like the Money Chat Now fan page so they can get notified of the show every morning. And you can leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn. And also tag some of your friends in the comments section of those posts as well. Hey, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market and for some great entertainment. All right, it's kind of funny how predictable the market is. And even with that statement, I often forget how predictable the market is. It's earnings season, and during earnings season, the market always rocks upward. 2 weeks before earnings season is always a great time to load up on some great names like Meta and Apple. And if you missed it, today actually might be a good day to buy Meta because the overnight drop caused by the poor Snap results may make it a good play. Snap is still a mystery to me. Do you actually know anyone who uses it? I'm not really sure what today's going to bring, but Friday and Fridays are always challenging. Friday is when stock options expire, and for the next 2 days after a Friday, of course, the market is closed and anything can happen. So buckle up for an interesting day. On the earnings front, investors are awaiting results from American Express, Verizon, and Twitter. And I'm curious, real quick, I just want to take a quick look to see if the Twitter results came in. If they did, we can know about it right away, and I don't see them in here yet, so that's fine, so we don't have them yet. But let's take a look at how the market is doing right now, but watch for those Twitter results. That's going to be really interesting. Twitter results are going to really make the market go up or down by a lot, and I'm curious to see what happens. Maybe Twitter will do so well that Elon Musk will have to buy the stock for more money than $54.20. All right, right now the Dow is up 49, the S&P is down 3, and the NASDAQ is down almost 15. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm watching crypto. And crypto, so I said a while back that Bitcoin might hit 28,000 one more time. And then it didn't, and then it kind of stalled, and it was stalling below 20,000 for quite a while. It's actually hovering around 23,500 right now. which might be interesting. It's a very positive move for you Bitcoin fans. Ethereum is also hovering around 1,600. I was waiting for 700. If I would have saw it at 700, I certainly would have bought it. I would have thought that was a good play. I also thought if Bitcoin hit around 12 or 13,000, which by the way I still think it's going to, after it hits possibly 28,000 again, and then it moves down again and ticks its way back down. But look, I'm not really in these plays. I'm just reading charts, and I'm also getting a feel for all the crazy things that are happening in the crypto market, like all the companies that are going bankrupt and the funds that are going bust and all the companies that are crying over the whole thing. So it's kind of a weird situation. So again, these may be plays, they may not be plays. If you jump in and out, you might make a couple of bucks. If you're going to be sitting there and being a hoodler, hold on for dear life is what they call it. If you're doing that, I don't know if that's a great play, but if you think it's a great play, go ahead, more power to you. I love people who make money. When anybody gives me a story about how they make money, I am so happy to listen to it. I think it's great. All right, let's talk about gold and silver, another one that's baffling me. It may be time to add some gold and silver to your portfolio. I don't get it. I mean, gold is now slightly above 1,700. It was below 1,700 yesterday, and silver is about 19. I bought a whole bunch of silver at like almost 30. Now, don't forget, I also bought a whole bunch of silver at 15, so I'm okay. But I'm just shocked that it's around 19 now. I would have expected silver to be, I don't know, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. But I still think there's a great place. But don't forget that I'm buying silver for the zombie apocalypse. And if you've heard me talk about that before, I'm buying silver for the zombie apocalypse. I'm not necessarily buying it as an investment, although it may be a good investment in the future. All right, let's talk about the Treasury bonds. The Treasury bonds dropped to 2.82%, which is pretty good. So that means that we'll probably see some good stuff in the NASDAQ today. Oil is still about $95 a barrel, and the average gas price is dropping to $4.41. Wow, aren't you excited? Let's go midterms. Hey, I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. I want to thank you for your continued support. And if you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let me know. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. Everybody have a great weekend, but I also want to say that, hey, if your prayers for Don and Maria would be greatly appreciated, and just keep them in your thoughts, and we'll see how it plays out. Have a great weekend, and make it a profitable day.